Hello and good day to you. You're once again welcome to MES on Constructions, where we discuss all things engineering, architecture, and 3D modeling. Today, we'll be learning in Blender how to perforate your mesh. This method applies to a cube mesh, a UV sphere, or a plane, or any other kind of mesh that you intend to perforate. And for the purpose of this lesson, we will be using a UV sphere. So we can go on here to delete this default cube and bring in a UV sphere. So I want my UV sphere to be simple. I want it to be as simple as possible, as this procedure is just a very simple one with very little steps to consider, and I don't want anything to be complicated in my scene. So now that I have this UV sphere, we can go to our edit mode, and in our edit mode what we need to do is we need to go to this face and poke faces. So once you poke faces, you realize that you have these extra faces within each cell of a face in our mesh, and you can actually deform these poked faces by either offsetting the pokes positively, which makes them to project outwards, or offset them towards the negative, which makes the poke to project inward. So but I'm going to be leaving this at 0, and what I want to do is I want to make a perforation on this mesh, on this UV sphere, and I'll be leveraging the vertices. So I'm going to go on to toggle to my vertex select mode, and I'm going to click one of these vertices and go to select, and I'm going to go to select similar. You can also use Shift G, on your keyboard, and I'm going to choose amount of adjacent faces. And when I click on this, what it does is that it clicks everything that looks like what I initially clicked. And once I do this, I can simply just bevel this. You can actually bevel the vertex by using Shift Ctrl B, or just go to vertex right up here and bevel. You click on that and then pull. You can drag it out a little bit, and then the option pops up. So I can give this 80, then leave my segment as 6, and then I make the shape to be 0.1. By default it's usually around 0.5, and then this is usually 1 by default. So now you could also change this from super ellipse to custom, and in custom you have this you can create or generate new points to deform your hooks or your bevels. And once you deform your bevels, you see that you can have all these going there, and you can always go back to your default, set to default value, and then you can always do that. But what I want to do is I want to actually have my bevel just normal. I'm not going to do anything funny with my bevel, so I'm going to just choose super ellipse, and I'm going to leave this at 80, and then I'm going to leave every other thing that I've set here to what it is: the shape, the segments, the material index, and then I'm going to go on ahead to delete faces. And once I delete faces on my mesh, you see that I already have a perforated mesh right here. I can go to face select mode to view this properly. I can go to my object mode to even view it even better, and you see that I have this perforated mesh right here, and you can shade mode to even visualize what you have right here. So you can use this to model different kind of things, a chandelier or something, and in order to make this even better, you can add a solidify modifier. You can add a solidify modifier to this. You can add a solidify modifier, and then we take out the offset to 0. Then we can increase the thickness to 25. Then we can make it evenly thick. You could just not do that, but I think I prefer to make it evenly thick. And I can also add a subdivision surface modifier, and that's going to take some time to load up, even though it's going to give us a very comforting result, and we have to wait for it to load up. and you can see that it almost looks like what we get when we use our Celtic curves. It looks cool, and you can use this to model something that looks like a basket, you know, and see that it looks good. I think I like this. It looks very cool. I can reduce this to 1, increase this to 2, and it's still going to load up, and you can see that it's giving it even more beautiful details, and you can see how it looks up. See how it looks, and it looks very good. So this is how you perforate your mesh, and you can repeat this procedure for a cube. You can also do the same for a plane, and you can also do it for sections of your model that you want to perforate and have very good and stunning look. So this brings us to the end of our lesson for today, and I hope you're able to learn a thing or two that you can use in your own projects. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more contents like this, and we encourage you to turn on your notification bell to be the first to see our latest tutorial videos. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.